Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is a teaching on a playlist called Manifesting the Kingdom Life. This is chapter 24. I'm someone that knows his purpose and is fulfilling it 100% of the time. We mentioned James Gold's book, The Seer. In the Seer, he had a list of 12 different prophets, and the last three of that were mentioned in the list was prophetic equippers, prophetic writers, and prophetic evangelists. So in the last chapter, I talked about how I'm a prophetic equipper. I have been used to teach people about the prophetic ministry, and I have been used to write 6 books on the prophetic function. I have been used to write a book on how to hear from God, teaching people how to hear from God. I've written a book on 24 ways that you can hear from God, and I identified 24 different ways that God uses to speak to us, and that book is enlightening for people. I've got a book called 22 Signs You're Called to Be a Prophet, and that allows people that, as they go through the 22 signs, for people to work out whether they are called to be a prophet. I mentioned before that it took 20 people to prophesy over me, for me to come to a point where I accepted that I was called to be a prophet. So 22 Signs You're Called to Be a Prophet is a book that encourages people that they're called to be a prophet when they have 20 out of 22 signs. They can be comfortable that they've got the calling of a prophet on their life. I've been used as a prophetic writer. There's a lot of prophets that write books. Some prophets just write a couple of books with revelation that the Lord has given them. I wouldn't necessarily call them a prophetic writer. They're just a prophet who's shared a few ideas in a couple of books, but having written 92 books, I could certainly be classified as a prophetic writer, and I'm a prophet who writes. I'm more of a classified as a teacher in the body of Christ, and I love to teach. So I have written a book on my visits to heaven, and it's called My Visits to Heaven, Lessons Learned. And in that book, there's a description of a portal in heaven where if you where if you access the portal, you can see heaven, and you can visit heaven. Um, 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 sorry, someone was writing to me. So if you access the portal, you're able to visit heaven. And I've got many books that teach people that. I've got a book called Seven Keys to Intimacy with Jesus, and it guides people if they follow the directions of that book. It guides people into an intimate relationship with Jesus. I'm also a prophetic evangelist, and I've shared that already. I am used to do prophecies over strangers. I'm also have an apostolic calling on my life, and so I'm used in all these areas. I'm used as an encourager. Uh, I post on Facebook. I encourage people. I'm a giver. I'm an encourager. In people's personal life, I can be a life coach. I know what I'm good at, and I don't veer out of my lane too often.